Before I start this gun cleaning video, it's really not a gun cleaning video. It's pretty much a, well, it is. It is. Cleaning your clean gun. That's what I'm calling this video. Because your guns sit around and they're clean doesn't mean you don't have to attend to them. After a long period of time, like this gun here, the TAC 13 has been sitting in my safe. All the oil that's on it, everything in there dehydrates, gets sticky, gets gummy. I'm talking when your gun's sitting in there for like over a year and you haven't touched it. It's good to take it apart. Plus, to keep taking it apart to keep familiar with how it comes apart, because you wait too long and you forget how the damn thing comes apart. So that's why I'm calling this video cleaning your clean gun. You still got to do it after a certain amount of time. But first, I just want to make sure, in case any holster customers are watching, Eli Felts, your Sig Sauer P365 in the waistband, leather texture is finished, and it came out really super clean, looks great, very strong retention, yet easy to get out, but very. Now Eli, I'm making him also a mag pouch for this to go with this, but I don't have the mag, but a friend of mine has an extra one. He's going to drop it off today, and we're going to make Eli a double mag pouch for the P365. So what he's going to do is he's going to wear this inside the waistband and then wear the mag pouch outside the waistband on the other side, bullets forward. So I just wanted to show this will be going out Monday. It is Saturday, so it ain't going to go out today because the post office is closed. Way too early for me to get there. So this came out super nice. That's the leather texture, which should be on almost all the real popular guns as an option you can pick. Nice and clean, straight lines, nice and square, blocked out for the safety. In case you have the P365 with a safety, it's already blocked out for it. So this way nothing can go wrong. Alright, and then we have a G26 outside the waistband for Michael Williams. Man, that's a popular name. Michael Williams, but this guy's in Arizona. I got two friends named Michael Williams that live in right around here. So, Mike, your Glock 26 is finished. There it is, outside the waistband, fully adjustable, regular black Kydex Boltron, curved for your body. Hold it nice and close to your body. Nice retention. You can adjust it the way you want, and clicks in very nicely, and it's very easy to get out at the same time. So that will be going out Monday also. Alright, just wanted to get that out of the way. The holster website link is directly under the video. If you guys are interested in ordering a holster, now's a good time. I'm almost caught up, so you won't have to wait long for delivery. Also, I want to thank the guys that became Patreons. That's very generous of you. It's very, what can I say? I really appreciate you guys that go the extra mile to support the channel, because YouTube, there's no income anymore, so whatever. But thank you for that, and also that link is under the video if you're interested and want to become a patron. Let's get this video started. So here it is, my favorite, wait a minute. Unfucking real, isn't it? Listen to that jerk off. I think everybody's out of your way. You can stop blowing the fucking horn. The whole neighborhood's out of your way, I promise. Okay. TAC 13. This is probably the most exciting firearm I bought probably in a friggin' decade. I'm going to say that, yeah. Not in a year, not in a couple years, in a friggin' decade. The reason why is we've all had a fantasy of having a short-barreled shotgun that's legal without a tax stamp, and you're able to get this beautiful TAC 13 with a 13-inch barrel that is legal because the overall length is 26 inches, and I don't know how the ATF did it, but they did it. or I don't know how they got around it, but they got around the ATF. Not the ATF, like they got around the ATF, the designers that did it. So this is considered in an other category firearm. It's not a pistol, it's not a long gun. If you work at a gun shop, you'll know you'll mark other when you're writing this gun up, which is cool because all it is a 4473 form, nothing else. It's very easy to get in and get out and get one, and it doesn't take forever to get one and do all that damn paperwork. So, the Remington TAC 13, what can I say about it? Super reliable. I have about 275 rounds through this, all different kinds of brass, high brass, low brass, your sister's ass, you name it. It's been through it. Slugs, buckshot, birdshot, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it runs everything. It runs everything. And I've seen people shooting it. This has the brace on it, so from Suarez, and it's really nice brace. It's all steel. It locks up firm. It's pretty expensive, but the good thing about it is really expensive, the brace. But it ain't like, wow, I paid $300 for this stupid thing. It really is over the top in quality, heavy duty. It really is. So at least you get that satisfaction out of it when you get it. It ain't like, oh, I paid all this money for it. It's just thick plastic. It's nice, but at least it's all steel. And it works fantastic. So, yeah, the TAC 13, I can't brag about it or suggest it enough. It is such a reliable semi-automatic shotgun. And what it is it's a cut down V3 of Remington. The V3's been around a long time. It's already been tuned and been through the years. It's all the bugs have been worked out. So what they did was they got a semi-auto reliable shotgun already and just cut it down. Very smart. This way people ain't having all kinds of problems with a new design and all that. So this is fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm not used to the camera that way. I'm used to it over my shoulder. So when I look at the camera, the barrel's facing this way. Well, sorry, the barrel's facing this way, and on the camera's facing that way. It's fucking with my eyeballs. So the only thing I really did to this was I put this nice Enforce light on here. It's okay. The Enforce lights are alright. They're not the heaviest, dutiest things. They're expensive as shit, too. They're like $160, and they're all plastic. I don't get the price for the Enforce light, but it's momentary only, which I do like that. What happened to the... I think it used to have a lever on there, so you didn't hit that by accident, but it broke, so I threw it out. Yeah, it's a plastic lever. It looked like a horseshoe, and it flapped back and forth. That thing will break over time if you keep banging it around. I also have my favorite thing is this G offset for the flashlight, and what it does is it brings the light back and closer to the gun instead of the light being all the way up here, sticking way out and looking goofy and not being very tucked in. So I haven't done a gun video in a while, and I already made the first mistake. I didn't clear it yet, didn't show it was unloaded yet and all that. And I have no idea if this is loaded or not, okay, because it's been in my safe forever. So let's make sure it's all good. So what I like about the TAC 13 is it has a high-vis, can you see that? A high-vis follower, and it's aluminum, it's not plastic, so you can see right away there's nothing in the magazine, okay? So we're going to check the chamber. There's nothing in the chamber. The action is super slick. I can't say enough about it. It's got this nice strap on here. If you're one of those straps, like if you're like a real strap on, like Eric, and you need a strap on your gun, he's a strap. They give you that. No, it is good to have a strap on there. It just gives you more grip. I have to adjust it to my hand. It's very big. I really don't use it that much. I have to bring my hand up here so I can get to my light, so I kind of hold it like this. And it's a good light. I'd rather have a pressure switch. This way I can have my hand in the strap where it's supposed to be and have a pressure switch right here. So, yeah, you know how it is. You're never done messing with these friggin' guns. So this is completely safe, completely empty, and it's safe to work on. So all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do a full detailed disassembly video on it. I'm just going to do a quickie just to keep everything lubricated and make sure this thing will work if it has to work. So the thing is, when you have a barrel clamp, you got to take it off. That's what sucks. You got to take it off, and I got to take off the offset flashlight mount too, so I can get the barrel off and take the bolt out and just give it a cleaning. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take that barrel clamp off. So I got to find the right Allen screw for that. Hold on. You like this roll out mat? It rolls out, and then there's a tray over here where you can put little parts. I never even use this. This thing's brand new. I finally got it out here to use it. I don't know. It's called, I don't know what the hell it's called. Parts Keeper. Oh, here it is. Real Avid. The fuck? I don't know what kind of name that is. Okay, but it's very nice. So first thing I'm going to do is take off the light. So these enforced lights are very easy to take off. You just loosen the screw a little bit, about 1/16 of an inch, then you push down, it's a spring loaded, and it pops right off. Okay, and here is the offset mount I was telling you about by GG&G. I forget how much they are. They might be 40 bucks, but they're worth every penny. They're awesome. So I'm going to take this off first. Love when that happens. When you're taking them off, I don't know, I just go back and forth to take the stress off the other screw. To me it makes sense. See, now I have a nice tray to put my screws so nothing gets lost, doesn't roll off the table. Take that bitch off. Okay, one screw's, let me see, one screw's long, one screw's short, so don't forget which hole it goes in. And then there is your offset flashlight mount from GG&G. I got one on my Beretta 1301 also. That's how much I like that mount. Okay, now we're going to flip it over and take this one out. And the barrel clamp should come right off. Should. It's been on there for a long time. Yeah, it's going to come right off. So I'm just going to slide that off and put that over here. Now see what happens? It's unavoidable. You see all, I don't know if there's no rust under it, but the barrel clamp, from shooting it with the barrel clamp on, I guess vibrates and the steel kind of just rubs, and it's going to mess up your finish. Who cares? Really? Who cares? But that's what happens. When you put the barrel clamp back on, you're not going to see the marks anyway. Alright, the next thing we got to do is just take the barrel off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the forearm, the foregrip off, the barrel off. We'll do it easy steps because some people might be doing this for the first time, and I haven't done it in a long time. So again, nothing's in the chamber. So all you do is, first thing you do is unscrew this extended tube here. Okay, and watch, there's going to be a spring under it. That's a really nice extended loading tube. That is not junk by no means. Okay, and here is your magazine spring. And then I'm sure your follower should fall right out. If you don't get your finger caught in there like I did. Okay. There's your follower. Very nice. They have green ones too, but I like the red. I don't know, I like the green too. Now this forearm should slide right off. There it is. Now this is just a basic field strip. I'm not going to go in and take the trigger out. I'm not taking the bolt apart. I'm not doing all that. Because the gun's clean already. I haven't shot it. I mean, if the last time I shot the gun, I cleaned it. This is just a refresh because it's been sitting around, it's drying out. Now the barrel should just come right out. The barrel should just come right out. The barrel should just come right out. Nice. Okay, you gotta pull the slide back a hair. All right, not a big deal. All right. So what I like about this loading tube is, check this out. Stainless steel. That, I mean, if that ain't stainless steel, that's stainless steel. Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. Okay, now here is the barrel to the TAC 13. It's very Benelli M4 like. You have your pistons, and if you want to clean your pistons, I never cleaned the pistons yet, but it's easy to do. I'm not going to clean them yet. I'm going to clean them maybe after another couple hundred rounds. It looks like there's an Allen key here and here. You take these two plugs out, and then it looks like they'll just slide out after you take those out. I don't know. I never took this apart. I know the Benelli M4 is like that. You take the two Allens out, and the pistons slide right out. You squirt it with ether, whatever you want to squirt it, get all that soot out of there and clean it. So all I'm going to do right now is squirt the barrel and get that clean. And I'm going to take the bolt out and spray that and wipe it down and wipe the inside of the receiver out a little bit. So let's get to that. Alright, so now we're going to remove the action, which is the bolt assembly. I don't know if you can see this. Gotta do things backwards because there's a camera. So right now it's cocked to the back. We're just going to release it with the button to go forward. And it has to go, make sure you can see it, has to poke out a little bit. Once it pokes out a little bit, now you can remove the charging handle, hopefully. Pulls right out. Once you pull the charging handle out, put that in the tray, the whole bolt assembly should slide right out so you can get to it. Alright, so all I'm going to do with this is spray it up, wipe it with a clean rag, lightly oil it, put it back together. And then where a lot of dirt is, there's also two springs here. See them? 1, 2. It's a double spring. I guess that operates the because the reason why the springs are here, because they couldn't put them back here. So the springs are on the bottom of the receiver. Usually with a semi-auto shotgun, the springs are in the stock. They come back here and then go into the stock, and there's a tail that pushes them back and forth. But since it's a pistol grip when you buy it, there is no stock, so the springs are on the bottom, which is pretty badass. So you can also take the springs out too. But believe it or not, the most dirty part of a shotgun is really inside your action here. You can see it's all, and I clean this, it's all gummy looking and all that. So I'm just going to spray some cleaner in there, wipe it out with a rag, and then also spray the stainless steel tube, because just because it's stainless steel doesn't mean it won't rust. Stainless steel will pit. It will pit if you don't take some kind of care of it. So I'm going to wipe this down with, I don't know, CLP or something. So let's do that, and then we'll put it back together and show you how it goes back together. Okay, you want me to pull the springs out? It's not a big deal. The springs come right out. 1, 2. There's the double springs. You can even take them out if you want. And you can wipe them down with a rag. They're not even dirty, but very easy gun to take apart. Now the trigger assembly is real easy to take apart. All you do is push that pin, and it comes right out. Now when you have the Suarez brace on there, I'm seeing where the pistol grip comes up. It looks like it might be blocking it. So I don't know if you got to take this off to get the trigger guard out. I don't know. That would suck, because that's a pain in the ass if you have to do that. But like I said, you don't have to take the trigger guard out every time. That's something you do, like, I don't know, every 1,000 rounds or something. Same with, when you're cleaning the piston assembly. Remington says you got to do it for 2,000 rounds. That's a lot on a shotgun. That's a lot of rounds. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up. You guys know how to clean a gun, and then I'm going to put it back together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, I took the rods out too. These rods slide in the receiver because the springs slide onto the rods and move back and forth. So what I'm going to do is just a drop of oil, just a drop, and just coat it. The worst thing to do is put too much oil on a gun. It really is. You're asking for trouble when you do that. All it does is coagulate dirt. Okay, so these are symmetrical. They're both exactly the same. So it doesn't matter which side you put one on, so that's good. You can't screw it up. So I'm going to put these in first, and I believe they slide right in there. That's one. And then this one goes in there. Like that, and they just drop in. Okay, now I'm going to put the springs in, and just what you want to make sure is the spring goes over the rod. Let me get my other glasses on because I cannot see. Okay, I'm going to put the spring in there and make sure the spring is symmetrical too. It doesn't matter which way you put it in. Both ends of the spring are closed. So that tells me come on, wiggle your britch. There it goes. Okay, that's one. You can put the spring in any end, any end. Okay. There goes the other one. Okay, they're in. And the springs have to go in where it's cut out, because once the springs go in where it's cut out, I don't know if you can, it's hard to explain. Once the springs go in because it's cut out, the springs can't fall out inside. They hold the rods, they hold everything in place once the spring's in. Before the spring goes in, the rods could fall. But this is really not hard, okay? Especially compared to the Mossberg. That thing's a pain in the ass. Okay, I just oiled up the bolt. I'm gonna put a little more oil. Lucas, man, stuff's awesome. It's like putting ball bearings on your friggin', I mean, that's how good it is. So when you put this in, sometimes it could be tricky. Like when you slide it in, it's gonna catch. The whole thing is you have to get these lined up in the half circles down here. So once you get it like that, don't push on the bolt, push on these. Push on these. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to push that on them first, then push the bolt back. Okay? Till, whoops, went a little too far. Okay, I'm pushing the bolt back until that hole lines up with that little, there's a little notch out there. There's a mark on the bolt. It's like a hit mark. And what you do is you just line it up with this. And this has a little nub on the bottom of it. The nub goes down so it can pass through the spooned out area. Spoon, baby. Spoon me. So we're going to try to get this in there. Going to come back just a little further with the nub down, okay, and then push it in. There it is. And now it should charge back. Ready? There it is. Okay? So just remember, if you slide it in, you feel it hitting, it's not hitting anything inside here. It's not lining up here because the spring is behind it and it shifts and it binds up a little bit. So you got to make sure you get the bottom and make sure you push that in, then push the bolt in. You'll see what I mean when you do it. Okay, so that's, you know, it's real easy. It's just knowing, that's all. The next thing we're going to do is just put the barrel on. It's pretty, you know, anything where metal touches I oil. I always put oil on the mouth up here on the very beginning of the barrel because that slides into the receiver. Anywhere where metal touches metal, grease it. Not a lot, just grease it. So this should slide right in here, just like that. That's it. Before you put the fore end on, see this strap? If this strap bunches up in there, it's going to bind up and you're not going to be able to get the fore end on. That's one thing I did experience before, that it just happened to me. So when I'm going to put this on, make sure that strap inside that channel is laying flat and it's out of the way. So let's put that on. And pull the strap. Make sure it straps out of the way, and then it'll just lock right in place. It won't lock in place, it just slides till it stops. Follower's already in there. Now I'm going to put my spring in there. So yeah, just be conscious of that strap. That will drive you nuts because you can't tell what's binding up. It's the strap. It folds up in there and gets all bound up. That's what it is. So that should save you a big headache right there. That's what's good about YouTube. Okay, the threads are pretty, yeah, they feel a little sticky from sitting. I'll put a little bit of, I don't want to put too much oil in the threads because I don't like putting oil in threads at all, but I want to stop corrosion. You got to coat it with something. But it is stainless steel. This is, you know, oxidized, whatever the hell they call it. It's going to be fine. So I'm just going to get the extended loading tube and start screwing this on. Don't cross thread it. Alright, well, it should go on easy like that. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. You shouldn't have to muscle it. But if you are, you're cross threading it. Now, it doesn't click or ratchet down like some of the Remingtons do. You just put it on, hand tight, and tighten as much as you can. I've never seen it come loose, and I've got, you know, like 270 rounds to it, something like that. Okay, that's all together. I'm going to put the barrel clamp on. Before I put the barrel clamp on, I want to give it some action test. Okay, do it where you can see it anyway. Because the barrel clamp's pain in the ass to take off. So we might as well do some kind of, make sure everything's loose. Okay, make sure the trigger works. Okay, make sure it resets. Does. Bolt release works, everything works. Now I'll put the barrel clamp back on. So, I forget which way it goes. Well, there's a small side and there's a big side. The big side obviously goes on the bottom. I think it was this way. So what we'll do is leave it nice and loose and slide it on there. And I'll line it right up with the rub marks so we don't get more rub marks. We'll just line it up with those rub marks and tighten it down. I love barrel clamps, but that's the only thing I don't like about them is you got to remove them when you service your gun. Okay, I didn't take it all the way home. I just tightened it up till it stopped. Now I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to put the offset GG&G flashlight mount on. Let me make sure everything's, see, it's crooked on this side, see? Gotta check everything. Now tighten it a little more. Just like that. Straight, all the rub marks are good. Okay. Now you have a long screw and a little short screw. And I forget which one where it goes about. I think the long screw goes on this one. Okay, so you're going to put this on here like that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, obviously you can't put a screw in there because that's the other end of the bowl on the other side. So you're going to line up these two last holes. The first hole is the long screw. You'll see it has a big dished out space in it and you can't make a mistake. So I'm going to put the long screw in first. I should put some blue Loctite for vibration. I really should. Where is it? I ain't getting up, I'm fat. Okay, I'm going to just screw that until it stops with my hand. And then I'm going to put, this has Loctite on, you can see it's still dried up on there. I'm going to put the short screw in there. Make sure you don't cross thread it. Because that is a nightmare. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to go around and tighten them all. Okay, and then flip it, and tighten this bad boy. Now I can tighten it, because everything's straight, everything's flat, everything's square. Now you tighten it. Flip it back. Right about there. Like I said, I never experienced these getting loose after shooting it, so it's a fantastic barrel clamp. It's Nordic components. I mean, just don't get any better than that. I mean, I've been out of the game for a while. The last I've known, the Nordic Components barrel clamps are the nicest looking, fitting, and the highest quality steel. Now here is your Enforce light, and I can put that anywhere really I want. I can put it there, I can move it back here. Let's see. I think it was right there. Yep, that's where it was. And I just spin that down until it stops, and give it a quarter of a turn and tighten it. And that's it. So everything's nice and secure. We're good to go. Okay. Now I do have some snap caps. I don't have any here. I have some in my bedroom. And I'll do a function check, make sure it ejects them, and you know, that's all I can really do. I can't really shoot it, which is annoying. I don't like taking my guns apart and not being able to at least put 4 or 5 rounds to it to make sure it's working okay before I use it for home defense. This is, to me, the ultimate home defense weapon. Where's my fucking rag? Man, I'm an idiot today. Usually I have a silicone rag, but I'm going to use this rag because it's a dirty, oily rag. But it has oil on it, so I'll use this. And it just keeps it, I don't see any pitting or rusting. This thing's been a little bit of rust right there. I see. But it's been sitting in my safe. And I don't have a moisture controlled safe either. But it is on the second floor. So the higher the drier, you know what I mean? Heat rises, and that's, you want to keep your guns. You don't want to, if you're keeping them in the basement, you better have one of those moisture control rods in your safe, because you will get rust. Last thing I wanted to show you, that's it. It's functioned. I cleaned a clean gun. It's ready to go. It's oiled. All the tacky, dried out oil is gone. I took all that off it, and it's ready to go. This is my favorite side saddle. The reason why I like the Velcro side saddle is because they hold the shells super, super tight, like really, really tight. So when you're done shooting, the vibration, the recoil, you know, them other shell holders, the plastic ones, you'll see one shell's down here, one's up here, one's down here. Even the real good ones, they just don't hold them tight enough. But these Velcro shells with this heavy-duty cotton vinyl flexible material, whatever it is, works so good. And some people think it looks cheesy, but it don't. Once it's on the gun, it looks good. When you look at it not on the gun, you're like, I don't want to put that on my gun. But once you have it on, look how nice they are. And the good beauty thing is you're not taking the pins out of your receiver to put on a shell holder. That could cause an issue. I've seen that. If you tighten them too much, your slide won't work, especially a semi-auto. So there's no stress on the receiver with the Velcro side saddle. And say you're empty, you got another one, it's a fast reload. Boom, you just stick it on there. And you got to use very good Velcro, high industrial strength. Very, very important. All right, that on there, wiggle it, push it. That sucker ain't going anywhere. That's a good system. What else can I say? I think I'm good. I put these sights on here. I don't know if you can see them. Ugh. They're True Glows. They work good. They're fiber optic. Better than having a little bead sight. This thing's so much fun to shoot. I don't know what else to say about it. It's fucking my favorite home defense gun. Alright guys, that's all I got for you. That's a rough video. It's been a long time since I did something like that. I suck. Alright guys, talk to you soon.